You don't always miss the person who is gone. Sometimes you miss the version of them that made you feel safe before they changed. It's a strange pain, isn't it? To grieve someone who's still right there, still alive, still speaking to you. But somehow they're not the same. The warmth they once gave you, the attention that used to feel like a blanket over your soul, is just gone. You felt it, haven't you? You look at them, at their face, their name, their messages, and something inside you whispers, "Where did that person go?" And that's the part that stings the most. It's not just the loss, it's the confusion. The ache comes not from the absence of their body, but from the disappearance of their energy. The way they used to look at you with admiration, the way their touch felt like security, and the way their words used to reassure you. It's all changed. But the real reason you miss the old version of someone isn't what most people think. It's not because you're weak. It's not because you can't move on. It's because your mind keeps trying to take you back to the moment before the pain began. At first, they were different. They made you feel special, chosen even. Maybe they remembered the small things about you. Maybe they stayed up late just to talk with you. Maybe they gave you that sense of relief, that feeling of safety you hadn't known in a long time. Their presence was like an emotional balm. You didn't have to ask for their attention. It was just there, unquestionable, natural, and you didn't realize it at the time. But your body, your nervous system, started to associate them with peace. Then, slowly, something shifted. Maybe you didn't notice it right away. Maybe it was small at first, just a change in tone, or a message that didn't come through quite as quickly, but over time it became undeniable. They weren't the same. They weren't looking at you the same way. They weren't showing up the way they once did. A girl keeps rereading old conversations at 2 a.m. Not because the messages are new, but because they prove something. They prove there was a time when they cared, when they would reply with warmth, when they said goodnight and meant it. But now, every time she scrolls through those old texts, she's not just looking for words. She's searching for the feeling that those words used to bring. She's trying to find the version of them that used to make her feel safe. This is where the mind starts doing something dangerous. It divides them into two versions. The old them who was warm, loving, and attentive, and the current them who is distant, cold, and hard to read. The old version becomes almost sacred in your mind. And the current version? It's painful proof that something has been lost, and this is where the obsession starts. It's not love alone that fuels it. It's the gap between who they were and who they are now. Every small sign of change, the delayed text, the cold response, becomes a personal wound. You keep searching for the warmth that used to be there, but it's never the same. What you're really grieving is not just the person, but the emotional state they gave you. You miss the way they made you feel. You miss how safe, how wanted, how significant you felt when they loved you the way they did before. And when that love fades, it doesn't just feel like you lost them. It feels like you lost the version of you who was seen, who was important. The version of you who felt worthy of that love. There's a strange, insidious effect that happens inside your mind when you experience this change. You start measuring the present against the past. Every cold reply becomes a reflection of the warmth you once had. You begin to doubt yourself. What happened? Did I do something wrong? But the truth is, this wasn't about you at all. It was about them. Something shifted in them, but your mind doesn't want to accept it. A friend who once celebrated every small win now barely reacts. You send a message, expecting excitement, but you get a one-word reply. Nice. It's not cruel. It's not harsh. But something in your chest sinks. It's not the message itself. It's the distance between who they were and who they are now. And that's the hardest part. Understanding that they haven't physically left. They're still there. But emotionally, they're gone. And your mind keeps replaying the moments when they were different, when they cared, when they made you feel like you mattered. But what happens next is even more confusing. You start bargaining with reality. You convince yourself that maybe they're just busy or maybe they're stressed. Maybe if I just wait, they'll come back. And this is where things get dangerous because now your mind is training itself to accept the current version of them, even when it feels like an emotional ghost. This is where the pattern becomes almost addictive. Your mind keeps reaching for what it used to have. You don't just miss them. You miss the way they made you feel about yourself. And once that becomes ingrained, you can't unsee it. This is why sometimes the person you miss isn't the person. It's the relief they gave you, the security, the identity they helped you build. When they change, it doesn't just feel like losing them. It feels like losing yourself. So, what do you do when you miss someone who's still there, but no longer the same? You stop fighting for the past. You stop waiting for someone who can't be the person they once were. And you start reclaiming the version of you that felt worthy, even before they came into your life, because here's the thing. You deserve to feel that security, that worth from within, not from someone else. If this resonated with you, subscribe for more deep psychology and human behavior. Until next time.